Hello.
And welcome to Film
Bastards. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome people to episode 458 of Film Bastards. I'm one of your co-hosts, Mark Foster, and as ever, I am joined by
Becky Foster, hello everyone.
and
Ian Loring, hello.
And this week we have films to review. We're gonna get beastly with Beast. We're gonna Samaritan with Samaritan.
Sure.
Yeah. And yeah, we're gonna talk some other stuff and bits like that. We are part of the Pod Syndicate podcast network. Other podcasts from there are things like.
Are we doing something else?
We were gonna do Me Time, but nobody else watched it.
I thought we were going to fucking... Hang on.
Have we missed a film?
The Invitation?
Oh, we didn't get to the invitation, unfortunately.
Oh, right, fine.
Sorry about
All right, well, I'll talk about The Invitation then. Great. I went to The Invitation and all I got was this lousy 2 minutes of talking about it on a podcast.
that. I watched Me Time.
Maybe a little bit of a spoiler as to how I felt about The Invitation, but yeah, you had to watch Me Time. So yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So confusion happened there, and some of us watched the wrong fucking films.
Cool.
So yeah. So
I really wish we'd gone to see The Invitation. To be fair, I really wanted to see that.
well, let's wait and see what Ian says. And we'll do other bits. All the other bits we usually do. Those bits. We'll do those as well. Ian, what's been happening in the news this week?
So I'm going to tie this into one of the questions that we've had.
Ooh, cool.
So, let me go to Twitter. Rick J. Kidd. Why do you think this summer has been so sparse of blockbusters? Is this COVID shutdowns finally catching up with the schedule, or is it something else? So, the sparseness of the summer is very, very much evident as number one at the UK box office this weekend was our friend Andre Rieu.
Yep.
Doing one of his concerts again.
Yep.
I reckon we need to go and see one of them, all of us, one week and review it.
I think we're gonna have to at some point. I think he does a Christmas one. I think we might have to do
That
it.
would be amazing.
I mean, yeah, okay, all right. So a long-time listeners may remember that on a jolly, I booked a ticket for Andre Rieu at Cineworld while the lockdown was happening. I never got any emails saying, "We're so sorry, Mr. Loring, that you're not going to be able to see Andre Rieu." So he's come up a few times on this show, but the fact that was number one at the UK box office on a bank holiday weekend is a massive indication of just how fucking slow it is at the moment. Even though there are literally 4 films in the cinema coming out that I want to see this weekend. They are all relatively niche releases. That will be continuing until October. Now, Black Adam was supposed to be out in July, but COVID-related post-production delays meant that it swapped places with League of Super Pets. So, we were without, a tent pole. But literally, there's no big, in commas, films coming out for another month, 6 weeks yet. Don't Worry, Darling may do something because the Harry Styles factor. But it's, again, interesting. You look at LFF announced their kind of premieres, and they've got a premiere of Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio film, which is a Netflix movie. Venice opened today with White Noise, which is a Netflix movie. Blonde is playing Venice. It's a Netflix movie. There are so many fucking films at the moment that are streamers films that it's completely sucking the product out of cinemas. And people won't go see Netflix films in the cinema, and there are fuck all chains that will actually show Netflix films in the cinema. And so we're just in this weird place at the moment where cinemas are ready and they're open. No one's going to see anything. You've got National Cinema Day happening this Saturday as we record in both the US and the UK, where basically everything is £3 and $3 for the day. And that just smells like a bit of desperation to me. And what is probably going to be one of the highest grossing films this weekend in the US and the UK? Fucking No Way Home, because there's a longer cut coming out.
Yep.
And yeah. I mean, and the annoying thing is, cinema, like the films themselves, are in a pretty fucking good state at the moment. Like, there's plenty out there, mainly on streamers, that looks interesting. Like, good, like, we are going to do fine for content over the next few months.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder how much of that we're actually going to see in the cinema, though.
Yeah, there is an element of that. But, however, then again, you've got this thing of people have complained for ages that blockbusters take over all of cinema for such a large portion of the year, it doesn't let any smaller movies time to breathe. Well, you know, what movies are out this coming week? You've got, what is it? That Jessica Chastain, Ralph Fiennes one? What's that called?
The Forgiven.
The Forgiven, that's it. So you got The Forgiven, is it Fall? The 3,000 Years of Longing.
Yep.
So that's 3. You know, the type of movies that people, it's particularly 3,000 Years of Longing, are the type of movies that people have been saying don't get enough exposure at the cinema.
Which made less than $3 million in the US this weekend.
But that's it. And but it's a little bit of the people who constantly complain about these things. Now is your time to fucking, throw your weight behind it. But it doesn't happen.
I don't know. It's difficult. It's like the more I hear about 3,000 Years of Longing, the more I'm actually dreading it. We'll see next week. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Fall, but I mean, it's like E.T.'s coming back out in IMAX this weekend, and it's like, okay, I suppose that's cool, but also, I don't know, it's just a bit desperate. Like, Top Gun Maverick is playing my IMAX like twice a day again next week, which is an amazing sign of how well that film's done. But fuck me,
E.T.'s coming out IMAX, and then Jaws is coming out IMAX.
Yeah.
And then there's rumblings that there's a couple more Spielbergs coming out IMAX. It feels a little bit like they're going, let's remind everybody about Steven Spielberg before The Fabelmans comes out.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It maybe I'd be more inclined to say that if Fabelmans had the same distributor, which I don't think it does. But maybe I don't know. It's a really, really odd state of affairs, and obviously we talked about Cineworld last week, and we're in a world now where, like, Beast made 600 grand over the weekend. That's fucking nothing for that film. It was very heavily trailered. Idris Elba is a relatively big star. I think it maybe proves that Idris Elba is not as big a star as Idris Elba thinks he is.
Yeah, I think that one was one that was proved a long time ago. He can't sell a movie on his own. He just can't.
No, but I mean, it's, I don't know. We'll talk about it in a bit, but I think it's a film that would probably work best on a cinema screen. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. There are some interesting releases over the next few weeks. I've got Clerks 3 is playing the showcase by me. I don't know how big a release that's actually going to get, but that's fun. But yeah, I mean, we've got Don't Worry Darling, re-release of Avatar. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. But they're films that film fans will go see, but will anyone else? And I think Don't Worry Darling, sure. Beyond that...
Yeah, he's going to go big, I think.
I mean, the Woman King, I'm already not looking forward to the discourse there, where no matter how much it makes will probably not be enough for some people, and will be way too much for other people, and no one's going to be happy. Odd state of affairs, but will I go to the cinema to go watch White Noise a month before it comes out on Netflix? Yes. I mean, they announced a bunch of kind of like Netflix cinema release dates and then Netflix dates, and they are actually giving these films quite a long lead time. Like the Christian Bale Edgar Allan Poe one. I think it's getting like a 2-week lead in the cinema. But again, what cinemas are fucking playing these things? I'm very, very fortunate to have the Showcase by me, but not a lot of people are. You know what I mean? It's I feel like Odeon and Cineworld need to fucking relent.
Yeah.
You know, like it's product. And that's the thing. If you had Netflix films just in Cineworld, in Odeon, I think people would actually go see them. They would. Like, Me Time, honestly, you'd probably get some crowds for Me Time because it's Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg.
I would say you probably get as many going to see Me Time as will be going to see Thor, Love and Thunder or Bullet Train now.
It's different product.
After they've been out for, 2 months and a month, slinging something like Me Time at the screen, saying, right, you can have that. 2 screenings a fucking day. There you go. It just makes more sense than flogging something that's already been out for 2 months that is available on streaming, effectively.
Yeah. So I suppose that was a couple of bits of news kind of in there. Have we got anything else? Like I say, Venice is kicking off. Telluride's this weekend, so we'll get some idea of what people are thinking about some of these early Oscar botherers.
Yeah, there's the continued Don't Worry Darling, just madness that's around.
Yeah.
Of Olivia Wilde coming out and saying about Shia LaBeouf that that it was right to get rid of him because of the it was to make Florence Pugh feel more comfortable, and then him coming out and going, "You didn't fire me. It's time to stop saying this."
And
you seen the video?
And then yeah, there's that video of Olivia Wilde kind of in the car, leaving him a voicemail, I think it is. Or
a video note.
Yeah. Oh, it's a video note. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I suppose that makes more sense. And I don't know, it was weird, because then, did you see Shia LaBeouf and John Bernthal? Like, John Bernthal has a podcast, apparently, and
yep.
Shia LaBeouf was on it.
Yep.
And then, so there was a bit of, holy fucking shit, is Shia LaBeouf coming back by saying he's not coming back, and he's really sorry. But then he just straight up admitted, oh yeah, everything about autobiographical in Honey Boy was bullshit.
Yep.
And
that he's found Catholicism, and that all of his ego and everything that he did was essentially just to draw him closer to God. It's a bit like, right, Shia, when you have these moments where you have these right, I need to come back, I need to be better. Could you not make him crazy all the time?
I mean, that feels like a redemption arc that just went in the toilet within 24 hours.
It just doesn't it?
So weird.
Yeah, like
It's so weird.
Someone saying, going, Shia LaBeouf is back. He said sorry, and he's what? Oh, shit! It literally is. It's like typing up your match report, and then someone gets 2 goals in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like fucking hell.
I mean, there wasn't enough time for film Twitter to properly digest the fact that it seemed like he was making a comeback before he said that, and people were just like, "Oh, never mind then."
Yeah. It's like oh fucking hell. I mean, just go away now, Shia. And this comes from somebody who was rooting for you years ago.
Yeah, I mean, look, just I don't know. You've got a kid with Mia Goth. Be a house husband.
Yeah.
Like support your wife in what she's doing, and just be a house husband.
Yeah.
But don't worry, darling. Premiering at Venice over the next few days. It's going to be interesting. I'll be honest. I read the script for that the other day, or at least the end of it, because I was drunk and I was just like, "Fuck it, I want to know what the twist is." And assuming that was the real thing, which apparently it was, fascinated to see how that plays out on screen. And I'll leave it there. But it's that film feels like it might be another example of clanging over the head. Men are bad. 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 Give me Oscar. And I'm not entirely sure Olivia Wilde's gonna have the directorial nous to quite play out what that is.
I think
We
this
shall
whole
see.
thing's going to be really, really bad for her.
What?
Yep.
Olivia Wilde?
Yeah. The fact that she can't just shut the fuck up and let the positive kind of like run up to the movie just happen. People are excited for it. The trailer's great. It looks intriguing. People like Harry Styles. People like Florence Pugh. Just shut the fuck up and let it happen. Nobody cares that you got served divorce papers on stage, and now you try to fucking blame it on your ex-husband. He didn't make that decision. Shut the fuck up. Florence Pugh's clearly uncomfortable with the fact that it's been marketed as some kind of porno. Shut the fuck up about it. No one needs to know your reaction. You're just making yourself look like a dickhead every single time you open your mouth.
It very much smacks of shit. I've cast a very talented actress who is very well liked, and I've cast the biggest pop star currently in the world.
Gross. What does that say about the world, eh?
I don't mind Harry Styles. Who happens to also be my boyfriend. But this is my movie and I should be top of everything.
Yeah. It's just all a bit pathetic. It's like she's it's classic kind of older woman dating younger man kind of thing though, isn't it? She's been very just undignified.
It's there's strong elements of I think I said this to you the other day, Bex, of in like a few months' time, like there'd been like a press release that Harry Styles and her have split up, and then she starts literally screaming on the internet that he's turning the kids against me.
I just like I suppose it just when she was saying about Jason Sudeikis, it's like there are things there, you know, that could be said and blah blah blah. It's like, all right, I don't know, maybe say them then, because at the moment you've got it essentially looking like you were dodging being served papers, and this guy had to come up with like the most elaborate fucking way of getting you the papers.
Well, actually, he's come out and he came out very heavily and criticised the company, well, the whatever it is that served them, the way they served them, and said that should never have happened. And you know, they have to. They can serve it any way they want. They have to serve them. But I don't think they should have done that.
It's the fact that she's saying like, oh, there are things that could be said, and it's like you've got that, but also, I don't know, man. Like you started shagging the actor you were directing on set, and started having an affair with him. Like every marriage has their ups and downs and whatnot, but if Sudeikis was doing anything comparable to that, just for your phone fucking self-respect, maybe you need to say that, because at the moment everybody loves Sudeikis, like, because of Ted Lasso, and like the public opinion is on his side. It's like,
I think the
if
big,
there is anything, say it.
The big part of it is he's keeping quiet, she's not.
That's it. That's it.
And the thing is,
she's a married woman with kids who left her husband for a kid out of a boy band. It is a bit like, if you want people to not talk about it, you need to stop talking about it first.
Should we start talking about it and talk about some trailers?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking smooth, that one.
I hope it's good, man. I hope it's good.
I hope it's good. I actually do think it's going to be good. But there's a but hanging in the air.
I don't know, if I'm going to spunk a couple of hours in, like, on holiday watching it, I want it to be good.
I think if it is good, it's going to be in spite of Olivia Wilde.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. The first trailer's great, the second trailer not so much, but, and, hey.
I think it is fun that the one thing, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about it, the one thing that nobody's talking about at the moment is, we have seen Harry Styles in things before, but they've been in very small roles. So having him as essentially a co-lead in something could be quite interesting to see if he can actually act.
Yeah.
Or not.
That's it, he's not.
And nobody seems to be actually kind of looking at that and going, what if he's a bit shit? What if he's...
do you know what? I don't think he will be.
I don't think he will be, no. I think he'll be perfectly fine at it. Because I think Harry Styles is successful enough as a musician and clearly takes that very, very seriously, that I don't think that he'd be silly enough to then pursue something that he wasn't good at.
I think he's got a good screen energy and charisma as well. Like you say, he's not done much, but he was, it was nice when he popped up in Dunkirk. He was good. The end of what's it? That shit Marvel movie.
Eternals, yeah.
That's it.
So, trailers. What do we have? Have we all watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
No, I saw that was about, but I haven't watched it.
Just... Go on then. Alright.
It's got some real Willy's Wonderland energy to it for me, and I'm here for that.
I like the fact that it's clearly just guys in masks. that they've just not tried to make him look like Winnie the Pooh or Piglet at all. It's just a guy in a dodgy looking fucking mask and a red jacket.
Yeah. Because
it's Winnie the Pooh, but he's gone feral.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'm keen for it.
That's the bit where where they first go into the 100 Acre Wood and it's like there's a fucking grave for Eeyore.
Yeah.
I was just... at first I was like, I don't get why we need this, and now I'm like going, I still don't get why we need it, but I'll watch it. Yeah. It very much is. It's very similar to Banana Splits here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not selling it.
Yeah. It's just, it's got that kind of energy. I like Banana Splits, thought it was alright. The Sun teaser trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a teaser trailer that neither teases or trailers, just kind of like a few bits, a few snapshots of what might be in the film.
Yeah.
I'm already up for it.
Yeah. That's it. We're already in, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite.
But yeah, don't give you much.
Fuck it, yeah. Looking forward to Hugh Jackman hopefully having a bit of an Oscar campaign. That could be fun.
Yeah. What else have we got? What else do we have? White Noise teaser came out.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been up for this. I continue to be up for it. We shall see how it goes. The first reviews are literally just coming out, and I've seen one really positive one mixed one. So let's see. It feels like it's going to be fucking months and months and months until any of us plebs can fucking watch it anyway. But the teaser looks alright.
Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
As soon as I knew that this whole thing was taking the piss out of biopics, it clicked.
Yep.
Just like the Madonna bit, and just like, do you think Madonna's bad for you? Or whatever it is he said. It's just like, what the fuck's going on? But it's like, apparently, Weird Al sang over Radcliffe, but purposefully fucked with the sync a bit so it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it does sound like it's going to be a massive fucking piss take. But really, essentially, it makes sense. It's Weird Al doing a satirical parody of biopics.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And it's
Go
like,
on then.
Yeah, go on then. And Radcliffe's along for the ride, and I'm down for that, because I love the fact that Radcliffe is fucking fully on board as well.
Yeah.
It did. Somebody, I read somebody who pointed out that, like, you've got all these young actors getting buff for Marvel films, and what does he get fucking ripped for? The Al Yankovic biopic.
Which, again, I love that Daniel Radcliffe would do that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got more money than God, and he'll do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Such a great position to be in.
Yep. And I love the fact that he fucks off. He does a couple of movies, and then he fucks off. And just lives his life.
Yeah.
And then he fucks off, he does a couple more movies, and then just fucks off and just lives his life. You know, good on him. It's fucking great.
Too right.
I have no idea how any of us are going to watch it, because it's on the Roku channel, and no one knows how you get a Roku channel. But I look forward to finding out.
Yep, same.
Confess Fletch.
This is the biggie for you this week, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it looks great, to be fair. In the spirit of the original, not try to remake it or anything, but just...
It's just based on one of the books, isn't it?
Yeah. But it does look like it's got a similar energy to it.
But it also looks like Ham isn't doing an impression of Chevy Chase.
Yeah. Ham's just doing Ham, which is always great.
Yeah. I was always going to be up for this, because it's a Fletch film.
Yeah.
And I very much like the character of Fletch.
I'm personally not sure about it, but I'm glad that you guys are up for it.
Any other ones?
You're silent. That was such a disappointed silence, Mark.
I was wondering if he's going to elaborate.
That's fine, Ian. You can be wrong. Whatever.
Sorry, yeah, no, I didn't have much more to say about it. I thought it was a really forgettable trailer. We'll see. It's out in a couple of weeks, so we'll see.
Any more for any more?
No, I'm good.
Cool. Right. What should we do? Let's go in. Right. I'm going to get up the IMDb synopsis. Where is it? There we go. Beast. Balthazar at Comicar. I'm going for that. Fuck it.
Sure.
Leaning right fucking in. I think it's Comicar, actually, I think. Idris Elba starring Sharlto Copley and... two girls. Let's go for that. What's it about? Let's see what mad shit IMDb is going to say it's about. A father and his two teenage daughters find themselves hunted by a massive rogue lion intent on proving that the savannah has but one apex predator. Near to what it's about.
Yeah, it's in the same.
It has some words in it. Yeah.
Does have words.
Yes. Ian, how did you find Beast?
Well, I went to the cinema and it was there. Sorry. I thought it was all right. I thought it started really strong. But by the fifth or sixth time it's following a character, then circling around something, then going back to the character, then there being a jump scare, and then there being a bit of action. I was slightly running out of patience with it until the final fight, which kind of gives you what you want. It gives you pure Idris Elba versus Elba.
That was
Idris.
intentional.
No, it wasn't. For some reason, I keep on having in my head that he's called Big Driss Elbow. And like it slips out. Sorry, it's just whenever anybody says Idris Elba, I think, oh yeah, Big Driss Elbow. Sorry. Yeah. Look, oh God, let me get my fucking head on straight. So, yeah, by the time that Idris Elba is having a fight with a beast at the end, it's cracking. There's some bump in it through the film, like the whole he's got to protect his own pride and reconnect with his daughter's stuff. I can give or take. I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine. Like, you got the bit with the poachers so that they can artificially add another 10 minutes. I would have taken that out. You know, just have it be a leaner 80 minutes or so. But
I would have taken a different out. We'll get to mine.
Go on then. Let's segue, Bex. I want to know what we do with taking out.
I would have much rather watched a movie about poachers and Sholto Copley and Banju was the other guy called. And the lion and all that shit, and just completely fucking taken the family out of it because they were insufferably annoying. Those girls most, but Idris Elba as well. What a fucking waste of space he was.
I think that was supposed to be intentional.
Well, alright, fine, but it was annoying.
I will agree, I did think that the writing of the girls wrote them too old age. They were too old for the way that they were acting.
Yeah.
In certain points.
Yeah.
It was a weird energy.
That one bit where the older daughter is just like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna go get Sholto Copley. It's just, you actually deserve to be eaten.
You said that in the cinema, didn't you, Bex?
Yeah. But to be fair, my first comment that I made about this film was to you was, oh God, I can't remember what it was now. Something. A compendium of bad decisions and Idris Elba letting people die. If she hadn't gone and got him, he would have just died. Idris Elba should have gone and got him. He was just shockingly poor at being a man in this movie, and that it offended me.
But that's the story, though, isn't it?
You would have literally just been like, "You don't get him then? Huh? It's a fucking lion out there." All right. Sorry, I didn't have penis.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You can't be a man of that kind of stature and then just be an absolute pussy all the time.
Even though, I will say, though, the fact that the final fight with the lion does play out pretty realistically, where it's like, Idris Elba versus lion, yeah, the lion's going to win, but if you add another lion, then Idris Elba may survive. Yeah. I did like that they Idris were Elba, just like, he's going to have a crack at the lion, but the lion is fucking him up.
Yeah, I did think, right, if we get this now where he fucking kicks a lion's ass, then it's going to be... It will lose all form for me.
But then that annoyed me as well. Everyone else that lion has basically breathed near has died almost instantly. Idris Elba has a prolonged fight with it, with only a knife.
Yeah, but in the lion's defence, right, he has been fucking shot with a tranquilizer, stabbed multiple times, thrown off a cliff, blown up.
It was incredible that lion caught up with them.
Yeah.
Like, they stopped that Jeep for, 5 minutes, and the lion caught up with them.
the lion's clearly just gone, I don't know why they're going all the way around here, you can just go through this little bit here. But also, as well, when they go into the school bit, sorry Ian, to cut you across there, just for 2 seconds. Please. When they go into the school bit, right, you have a lion out there that is trying to get you. You're in a school. Why open every single fucking door?
That really annoyed me when they burst through the door and then didn't open. I made door shutting gestures at you, didn't I?
But then they open the other door as well. So it's like, we probably shouldn't leave that front door open without the back door open as well.
I mean, it is brutally so. It's like every time the camera swirls around, it's like, oh, is the lion gonna be there? And the thing is, the main complaint I actually have about this one, thinking about it, is the fact that it also is at major pains to make you feel sympathy for the lion.
Yeah.
So by the end of it, you okay, it's like happy ending for Idris Elba. I just felt so fucking sorry for that lion.
Yeah.
It's had a shit one.
Go on, sorry.
And it's not its fault.
No.
It's not its fault. And I felt so bad for the fucking lion.
It's...
As soon as Sharlto Copley died, I wanted the lion to win.
Sure.
And just kill them all.
The one thing I was glad about, because what I did think at points in this movie, I was thinking, right, is the writer going to try and be really fucking clever and have it that Sharlto Copley is actually the head of these poachers?
I was wondering that myself.
And then when he died, I was a bit like, at least that's not gonna happen. At least the poachers are just faithless bad dickheads.
Bad dickheads, yeah.
But
I don't think my heart would have taken it if Sharlto Copley had been a poacher.
I also weirdly don't think Sharlto Copley would have got involved in it if he had been.
No, probably not.
But it was just, you didn't need the... If you're going to have the Idris Elba and the kids' characters in it, which I think is fine, you don't then need to constantly keep on bringing up the conflict between him and his children repeatedly.
Yeah, why couldn't he just been a normal dad who maybe worked a bit too much? They could have worked that in. Whose wife died? Why did they have to have split up? Why did they have to have been like an absentee father who took no interest in her photographs and all this bollocks? Why couldn't they just have been visiting their mother's home...
Yeah,
land and village and stuff.
Even having all of that, what I did think was when they've had he had a few drinks with Sharlto Copley, and then you have the bit where you have the morning bit where it clearly it's them falling asleep and then it's becoming morning, getting up there. I did think, right, we're like 10 minutes in, and you've established all of these things quite well within 10 minutes without it feeling too hokey.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of films that would have had... The opening of the film would have been like fucking her dying of cancer or something like it. Would have had more in it. It would have been half an hour long before they actually got to South Africa. I thought, that's pretty cool. It's got it done in quite a nice little way. I can see why it's going to bounce around at 90 minutes. And they kept bringing it up, and it's like, Jesus.
We get it. Shut up.
We get it, you don't like him.
But I think that's because they have mistaken what's interesting about the film. Like, that we actually give a shit about him repairing his relationship with his daughters and getting back in touch as a family and all this kind of stuff. That's not interesting. We don't care. Show us more lion-related violence. And if you're gonna show and shoot violence, Don't have it blurry in the background while one of these annoying fucking children is running towards you and they're the focus. I want to see it.
Yeah. It would. Thing is, I think I liked it more than you guys. But I think it was quite nice seeing a movie that was literally just all outside.
Yeah.
I quite dug that. And you know, it's 90 minutes before credits, which is also quite nice, quite tight. But then again, I think like you said there, Ian, earlier, it does feel like you could lose 10 minutes of it and not really affect it.
Yep.
And then you've got an 80-minute movie that feels too short for an Idris Elba, Charlotte Copley starring movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Film in that film that isn't the film that they made.
I mean, I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
It was, but it just.
It's massively.
It kind of wants to have. Yeah, I mean, it wants to have its cake and eat it, because you look at the trailer, it's like, oh fucking hell, this lion, it's going to be like Jaws or something, and then you watch the film and it's just like, I feel so bad for the lion. Like when Sharlto Copley's like, "I'm sorry, boy," and then blows up the jeep. Like I thought that worked.
Yeah,
and I thought Copley actually played that really well. And it is just, yeah, my heart was fucking aching for that lion. And it really, really put me off, because it's like, yeah, okay, you get to see Idris Elba fight a lion at the end, but it is like, but I don't really want that other pride of lions to come and fuck this lion up. Like, if this lion was a cunt, I'd understand it, but he wasn't. He was like just driven mad. Like, because like the opening sequence is what, essentially a bunch of poachers killing the lion's pride. Yeah?
Yep.
So the lion's gone mad and he wants to kill all the humans. Yeah, I probably fucking would as well if I were the lion. Hey, Big Idris Elbow, fuck you. You know, like just.
Yep.
Yeah.
There is an element of maybe you should just get the fuck out. just let him have a little bit. Let him get it out of his system.
Yeah. Go on, lion, get it out of your system, mate. You fucking deserve it. Yeah. But definitely not shit. It's competently made enough and it's short enough that I don't think I could call it shit.
Oh, I'm definitely not shit. Where are you, Bex?
I think I've talked myself. It was touching cloth earlier, but I think I've talked myself into a shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think you have.
I think you have.
Shit with a caveat. It was really nice to see Sharlto Copley in something, and I wish he did more.
It was nice to see Sharlt's back. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's making me want to watch Russian Doll just because he's in 3 episodes of it.
I'm probably not going to do that. But yeah, so that was our. But what was our audience poll on that? Definitely not shit, 50%. Touching cloth, 25%, and Geostorm, 25%. I think that's all right, actually. That.
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered what so-called family films will scar your kids forever?
Putting 4 and 5-year-olds in front of this movie, it's like, if they didn't know what death was before this, they're going to know it after it.
They're going to know it after it, and they're going to be freaking terrified.
And they're going to be questioning you.
Yeah.
Or do you have the slight suspicion that your loved one has a cold, dead heart?
Yeah, the Dark Knight has got like all the orphans and like, oh no, we're going to die. They did not build up those orphans at all. In my head, it's like, kill them.
Then look no further. The His Film Her Movie podcast is the show for you. It's the movie podcast that celebrates the contrasting cinematic tastes of its hosts. So join Jordan and Lauren every week on their unique journey through the land of the silver screen. So if you're looking for a few laughs, some fun film-related chat, then get involved. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts.
CS3P Combat! Player 1, choose your character.
Tired of film and television podcasts where the hosts exist in a blissful state of agreement?
Instructor. Player 2, choose your character.
Well, you're in luck.
Hunter. Round 1, fight!
Allow me to introduce you to the Chinstroker vs Punter podcast, featuring two film and television fans from Birmingham, England, who enjoy their media in very different ways.
But anyway, that brings us to the end of the plot of Blue Velvet.
The plot. I mean, the main characters are two of the dullest main characters I have ever encountered in any film.
So join us as we catch up on what we've been watching from our own very different perspectives.
Double KO. Round 2, fight!
You can find us at csvsp.libsyn.com, also on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, all the places that podcasts can be found.
Just really
It's not visually striking.
No.
Just getting confirmation.
It's just in That's the third time, though. I mean, is this on?
Yeah, let's move along. Let's move along. Where should we move to? Ooh. I'm going to say we'll do some what we've been watching.
Yeah.
Bex, what have you been watching?
Oh, I'm not prepared for this. Can't just change the format.
I'm gonna because we've got. I'm gonna bookend what we've been watching with our two main reviews.
Oh, where had I got to with my Marvel things last week?
Not sure. Let's have a look.
Doctor Strange?
Yeah, I feel like it was Doctor Strange. Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, I'd done Doctor Strange and I'd started on Guardians,
Yeah.
hadn't I? Yeah. Guardians 2. Oh, God, yeah. Okay, yeah, sorry, I was struggling to remember which one Guardians 2 was for a second there, which
It's the one after the first.
probably says a lot. Do you know what? I skipped Guardians, and Guardians 2 I could have easily skipped as well, having rewatched it. They're fine and they're funny, but there's no weight to them. I think watching Civil War and then watching the rest of them up until you get to like closer to the Infinity Stones shit, they feel really quite flimsy because Civil War is so weighty. So I think Guardians 2 was a bit of a disappointment on rewatch. Same for Spider-Man Homecoming, but it does obviously set up the character a bit more as a standalone, so it had to be done. But the like peril in that is weirdly disconnected, I think. But then the Spider-Man films kind of are, because they're supposed to be initially, the idea is that it's more local stuff, isn't it?
It's your friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I suppose it is connected in because what's his face, Keaton's character's pissed off that he got taken off clean-up after the New York incident, isn't he? And that's why he starts being a dickbag.
Yeah.
So yeah, Spider-Man and Guardians, a bit disappointing. And it was Thor Ragnarok, which I was a bit concerned. After watching Love and Thunder, it's made me question everything about Thor. But Ragnarok is a really great film. I know you're not keen on Tessa T, are you?
No.
She's way less annoying in this one than she is in Love and Thunder. I think maybe because she's...
Not in it.
Well, she's more of a side character, isn't she? In this, whereas she's more of a main character in Love and Thunder. Yeah, it's just really good fun. The stuff with Hulk and Thor is just the kind of bants between them is really well written and it's not like Whedon-y bants that have aged really badly in like the Avengers movie. It actually feels like more organic, I guess. So yeah, really enjoyed the rewatch of that. Really enjoyed my rewatch of Black Panther. Wasn't super keen on it first time round. So I was quite looking forward to giving this one a rewatch. And yeah, I think maybe the hype of it at the time had annoyed me to the point where it made me not enjoy the movie. But on rewatch, it's very good. think having the antagonist be kind of a well-intentioned bad execution antagonist adds a bit of extra layers to it.
Yep.
I really wish you'd just let him, like, fix him, though. Like, because they could have easily, if he'd gone back with T'Challa to Shuri's lab, they could have probably healed him. And I kind of wish that they'd just let him do that and then rehabilitate him and have him as a character in the later films, like working alongside his brother but forcing him to be more outward looking, which, I mean, he ends up being at the end of the movie anyway, and that's inspired by Killmonger.
My still major problem with Black Panther is Killmonger has a legitimate claim to do what he does, to challenge T'Challa, challenges him, beats him fairly.
They do actually address this in the film.
And then they decide, no, we don't like that outcome of that result. That wasn't how it was supposed to go.
They do address this.
And what?
So the challenge is only supposed to end if someone yields or dies, and neither happens.
Oh, the semantics there. He dies because he's unconscious, and he survives because somebody saves him.
But you don't die.
Because somebody saves him.
Right?
Yeah, to be fair, he probably should have died.
Yeah, somebody saves him.
He's just in a coma.
Somebody... No, I'm sorry. You can't have that.
No, it is a bit unfair.
It's they cheat. They cheat because they didn't get the result they wanted.
I just kind of wish Killmonger hadn't died and that it worked alongside them to put in place the aid programs and stuff that they end up doing anyway.
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see what Wakanda Forever is.
I'm really intrigued by that.
Yeah. Well, I genuinely mean it's fascinating to see how they do with everything they've got to contend with that film.
Yeah. But it's one of those things I'm like, damn it, Marvel, why do you keep pulling me back in? But it is, we were talking about this the other day, weren't we? So that's my last one that I watched on my own. But we were talking about this the other day. In Phase 3, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 movies, right?
Yes.
In Phase 4, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shitty TV shows.
So there's more TV shows than there are movies?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's all, yeah.
It's just, there's no wonder that it's felt so inconsequential, Phase 4.
It felt a little bit, as somebody who's just watched the movies, it felt a little bit empty.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe if I'd had all the rest of the content, which, granted is available there, there's nothing stopping me watching it other than the fact that I don't want to.
Yeah.
So that's my problem. I can't kind of criticise it, but I kind of feel like I can as well.
And the thing is, like, if I continue my rewatch past Far From Home, I'm not watching all the movies.
Well, you've already not watched all of them.
I only missed Guardians.
Well, that's one of them, though.
I'm gonna watch Out of Spite now.
Well, you should.
So yeah, I'll watch Black Widow. I'll watch No Way Home again. That's probably it.
Well, so is that all that you've watched solo?
Yeah.
I'll do my solo, then yeah. No, Ian, you do yours, then I'll do my solos, and then we'll move into our.
Sure.
You're being very on-brand chaotic right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Thought I'd introduce a little bit of Mark at the show. What have you been watching, Ian?
Nice. So a couple of things for me this week. I rewatched this year's Scream.
How did that go? Because I'm very nervous about rewatching this.
Yeah, I think you probably should be, to be fair. I really like the last act. I think it ends strong. The whole reasons behind why the killer or killers are / is doing what they're doing is well done. I think it's a good, knowing comment, and it's nicely biting at the hand that feeds. But it's getting on for 2 hours long, and it just, there's padding in there, like really just pad. The Skeet Ulrich stuff, not entirely sure what that's supposed to be saying at the end there. It's a weird message, which I'm assuming they're going to continue into the next one. But again, that feels like it was a cool surprise in the moment. But I mean, spoiler for the latest Scream. By the end, where it's just like, well, you forgot one thing: you shouldn't fuck with the daughter of a serial killer. And then she's like, stabby, stab, and he's almost like smiling in the fucking background. It is just like, right, okay, cool. So are we essentially saying that in some situations mental like illness and trauma are good? We're going with that, are we? Yeah, I think again, spoilers, the killing of Marley Shelton and her kid, it's a good idea. Like, horror, like slasher movie sequences, killer sequences in daytime are always interesting, but this does a very good job at almost being not interesting. And yeah, just the relationship between the main girl and her sister, I don't really care. It's weird that they set up a lot of the teenagers and then they are gone for about 45 minutes and then they turn up for the last half hour. It just feels a bit higgledy-piggledy. But like I say, I do like the last act, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I like Scream films. But I hope that the next one is more consistently entertaining. I still think it's all right though. I hope I come back to it like I did with Scream 4, where it was like, actually, that's not bad. That's pretty fucking interesting. I hope, like 10 years time, I have that kind of reaction to this one. But there you go. And then, as I mentioned at the start of the show, I went to the cinema and watched The Invitation. So, saw this on Bank Holiday Monday. Relatively full screen, but not a very big screen. But, there were a lot of the target audience there. Now, I hadn't even seen the trailer for The Invitation. So, didn't have a fucking clue what was going to happen. And I'm watching it. So, I suppose, spoilers, apparently the trailer does kind of give away what the film actually is. But I'm watching it. It's like, right, she's related to this family. There's some weird shit happening with this family. I wonder what's happening here then. Oh, she's having a will they, won't they with this guy. He seems a bit vampire-y. Oh, he's a vampire, is he? Right, okay.
Is it a vampire one?
Yeah.
You're nodding at me there, Bex.
Yeah, have you not watched the trailer?
I don't know.
So, it's... The thing is, so Noel sort of went to see... I love that Noel goes out to the cinema for very select occasions. And he went out to see The Invitation. I get it is a little bit beggars can't be choosers at the moment. I am playing, but it did make me laugh that this was what he actually went out to see. And I was talking to him about it afterwards, and he was saying that it felt like they didn't really have the money to do what they actually wanted to do. And I've got to agree with that. So much of this film, so much of the runtime is this will they, won't they, where he is just the most fucking red flag guy like you will ever fucking see.
Oh, it's him. It's him. It's who plays the musician in High Fidelity.
Yeah.
Yes. From the energy in the other thing I've seen him in, yes, he is.
Properly fucking red flag guy. And like just essentially, there's like a jump scare bit right at the start, and then there are two individual kind of jump scare kill sequences, and that's like the first 80 minutes or so. And the rest of it is like a bit of a will they, won't they. And like basically she's like discovered long lost relatives and they invite her to a wedding. And you never see the bride and the groom. And again, red fucking flag. She's there for like 3 days, doesn't meet them. And then there is a moment in this film which is so fucking self-aware that I can't help but think that the director put it in intentionally. Where just before the what is actually happening in this film happens, no, or like literally there is a kill, and then right after that, a character says, "Finally, I was getting obscenely bored," and it just like straight up, I can't help but think the director did that on purpose. And then after that fact...
Is the main character called Walter DeVille?
Yep. Yes. DeVille. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Walter DeVille.
Oh, fucking hell. Is it a spoof? Is it like genuine?
Yeah, right, so this is the thing. There are characters in the third act who are called Mina and Jonathan Harker. They actually name them Mina and Jonathan Harker. And they're not playing the characters from Dracula. It's so fucking weird. But then it like they suddenly seem to amp up the production value in like the last 20 minutes or so. But then there is this epilogue which ends with two characters walking towards somewhere, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, let's have what's going to happen there then. And it just cuts to credits. And I swear to God, they just ran out of money. There is no point having that final scene there if you are not actually going to show what is going to happen. And I kind of think they're like, ooh, sequel. No, don't you fucking have the confidence to go a sequel to The Invitation. No. Bad movie. No, do not do it. So, yeah, I was shifting around in my seat for fucking ages. Most of the runtime. Waiting for it to get to the fucking monkey. Basically going, yeah, you deserve to, like, be a vampire's plaything if you're going to be this fucking stupid. Oh, there's a, best friend character, which is so Lil Rel Howery from Get Out that Jordan Peele should sue. It feels like the kind of shite that you would go and see with your friends when you were 15. And for that audience, I hope they enjoy it. I don't think they did, though. One guy I heard audibly right at the end go, "That was shit." And that was just the energy in the room.
It is bad when you do occasionally get that with these type of movies where somebody it'll finish and it'll come up and say directed by, and someone else go, "That was wank."
Yeah, and it was exactly that. It's a poor movie, but it's also one where I can't help but think the director was like self-sabotaging in moments of it. I mean, seriously, finally I was getting obscenely bored. It's in such a fucking moment where it's like you could almost actually wink at the camera saying it. It's ridiculous. Yeah, bad movie. And it's a shame because it's an exclusively theatrical release. You know, like it was number one at the box office in the US this weekend with about $7 million. and I think it did about 400 grand over here, and it's number one in the U. I mean, it's fucking that's depressing. But you know, they actually went, no, it's not going to be on Netflix. We're not going to sell it to Amazon. We're actually going to release it in a cinema with a theatrical window, and it's like, that's a shit film.
Yeah, could you not bother to release something else?
Yeah. It's such a shame. But yeah, that's me. Other than the other ones we're talking about.
Right. So I watched on my solo. I watched 2 movies. I watched the 2010 James L. Brooks comedy How Do You Know, which stars Ian's favourite Reese Witherspoon, Owen Wilson, Paul Rudd, and Jack Nicholson. Right? I'm going to read the synopsis of what this is about, because then I'm going to say something about it that is going to be a bit like that you're going to both go, what? Why? So, how do you know? Right, so this is what the film's about. After being cut from the USA softball team and feeling a bit past her prime, Lisa finds herself out in life in the middle of a love triangle as a corporate guy in crisis competes with her current baseball-playing beau, which is almost again what it's about, right? This movie cost $120 million.
Yeah, some fucking actors got paid for that motherfucker.
Yeah. Apparently the reason why it cost $120 million was James L. Brooks got paid $10 million. Reese Witherspoon got paid $15 million. Jack Nicholson, who is an by the way, got paid $12 million. Owen Wilson got paid $10 million, and Paul Rudd got paid $3 million. And all I can say there is, well, that comes in at 25. That comes in at 50 million. Where did the other 70 million go?
Who's it shot by? I swear it's shot by someone really good as well.
Kaminskis.
It is Kaminsky. I thought it fucking was. It feels like they just went really, really high production value on fucking everything.
Yeah.
But for that film.
Yep. Right. Now, I'm a James L. Brooks fan. I don't mind Reese Witherspoon, but I do think that she constantly thinks that she's the best thing in everything that she is, including being Reese Witherspoon. Owen Wilson is literally sleepwalking through this role. Paul Rudd is just being Paul Rudd, and Jack Nicholson walks into every room and goes like that, and that is all he does.
Scared the cat then.
Yeah, and that's all he does, to the point of where at one point Paul Rudd turns around to him and goes, "If you start shouting, I'm going to leave, because whenever you do that, I don't listen." Which causes him to go, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, I just stop listening when you start shouting," which is about 90% of how you talk to me, because he's playing his dad in it. It's really boring. Like, really boring. None of the stories that are supposed to interlink make sense at all.
How long is it? It's like well over 2.
It's just over 2 hours. Like literally, it's 2 hours before credits.
Okay.
But it's boring. It's really boring, and it's not funny, and it's not romantic. Yeah. Paul Rudd's character and Reese Witherspoon's character, who this is part of the love triangle they've got, they get together because one of Reese Witherspoon's friends gives her number to Paul Rudd, and Paul Rudd calls Reese Witherspoon to basically say that he's been given her number about calling her about a date, but he's actually now got a girlfriend, so he won't be going on the date with her that she didn't know about, but he felt like he should call her anyway. Yeah. Yeah. And that's actually one of the better scenes in the movie.
Sparkling.
It's not. I also watched Me Time. A movie starring, from John Hamburg and starring Kevin Hart, Mark Wahlberg, Regina Hall, Jimmy O Yang, and Luis Gerardo Mendez, and Seal. Seal's in it for no reason at all. Game plot: Sonny, a stay-at-home dad, finds himself with some me time for the first time in years while his wife and kids are away. He reconnects with his former best friend Hook for a wild weekend that nearly upends his life. Yeah, so Matt Wahlberg and Kevin Hart are like lifelong friends. Kevin Hart is a house husband who takes being a house husband really seriously, and his wife's got this really good career as an architect, and Matt Wahlberg...
God, he just plays a beta in everything, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, he does. And Matt Wahlberg is, that guy who can't quite grow up yet and keeps getting him into scrapes.
Nah.
So what does he do with his me time? He goes and he spends the birthday weekend with Hook. Yeah. It's not very good.
It doesn't sound it.
No. There's weirdness with, like, fucking tortoises in it. Yeah.
What?
There's a weirdness where they accidentally run over a tortoise.
Right.
Because Kevin Hart's character thinks that his wife's business sort of partner or his wife's client, best paying client, who wants his wife architect to design all the buildings on this island that he's bought, is trying to make a move on her.
Right.
So Hook and Sonny, Kevin Hart's character, along with this random Uber driver that they've got that the film thinks is funny, that I'm guessing is on some TV show or something, go to his house, manage to get in without breaking in, and do things like Hook takes a shit on his bed, but everyone thinks it's funny because it's a really small shit and it looks like a rabbit shit. Genuinely, that comes up like 2 or 3 times. And like, I mean, the only funny bit of all that is Matt Wahlberg steals all his left shoes, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of happens. It's really boring, and then whenever the film feels like it's getting boring, which is all of the time, and hasn't tried to tell a joke for a while, it just has Kevin Hart farting for no reason.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, like there's a bit where, so to keep the party going, Sonny says, "Right, look, everybody, we need to get to my house, and we're going to keep the party going at my house." And he gets there, and there's a party already going and like that. And then when everything goes wrong after he's son with Seal and realises that his wife's left him because he took his baby shit, and this rabbit-looking shit in her boss's bed and all this lot. So he tells everyone to get out of the party, and then he goes, "Oh, finally, I need to get my life sorted." And then he farts, and then do you know what? There's one person left at the party, and it's awkward because he's farted.
Sweet.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep. Me time. Kevin Hart, the professional comedian, is the least funny thing in Me Time. Jimmy O Yang is basically playing, what's his name from The Hangover?
Ken Jeong's character.
Yes, he's basically playing
Mr. Chow?
Mr. Chow, yeah. Yeah, this... Who's this? Yeah, just, it's not very good. Please, nobody watch it. I watched it so you didn't have to. It's what I will say. And that's a genuine plea. Please don't watch it. It's just a waste of 2 hours of your time. That's it. It's nearly 2 hours long as well.
Okay.
We also watched a couple of films together, didn't we, this week?
We did.
Yeah, this week. We watched The Social Network.
Yes.
Yeah, which, it's like 12 years since The Social Network happened. What?
Nothing. Yeah, do you know what? It doesn't. It's not aged badly at all.
No.
Like it still feels really fresh.
Yeah, which is mental. Because it felt like one of those zeitgeist movies that might feel a little bit like not, but it isn't. It's almost like, look, this is the inception of Facebook story. You'd almost like want them to do another one now that just goes, all right. You remember at the end of the film when fucking Rashida Jones just says, you know, you're not actually that bad a guy. We were wrong. Turns out he's a prick.
I actually think it feels more poignant watching it the further away that you get, because it's like we get further and further away from what it originally was the more time goes by. So yeah, I think it's watching it, and like the thing is, he never had loftier kind of ideas for it. It was never about bringing people together, was it? It initially started out as
it started out as a fucking game of comparing like who was the hotter girl.
Yeah.
You know, and now it, you know, he's spunking all this money on trying to build the metaverse so that he can control the next place that people congregate. And it's such a weird, because you're right. It's like you look at it now, and it's like the ending. It's like, you know, you're not, what is it? You're not a prick, Mark. You're just
definitely
trying to make people think that you are. And that's almost like a very human kind of story. But if you did The Social Network 2 now, I mean, it's like Mark Zuckerberg basically deciding whether Trump can fucking try and raise an insurrection on the fucking internet. You know, like the power that guy has is fucking ridiculous. When at the time of The Social Network, he was getting rich and he doesn't have any friends.
Yeah.
It's a crazy time capsule, and but like you guys say, it's not aged that badly at all. That film,
and it's still it's so perfectly made. It's fantastic. But the more you look at it now, it just, everybody in it is kind of an arsehole. There's nobody in it that isn't actually an arsehole. Everybody in it is a dickhead.
Waldo's not.
Yeah, he kind of is. No, he is. He's just doing it to try and prove how fucking great he is.
Well, yeah.
And he fails miserably at it. At least the rest of them are alright at what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, that's the interesting bit, is the wider one, which is the character that you're supposed to feel sympathetic for, and you do feel sympathetic towards it, and it's very well done because, you know, there's the whole Rashomon way the story is told. Is you do feel sorry for him because the bits that you're seeing of him is literally him telling you the story.
Yeah, true.
So you've got the unreliable narrator element of it that is there. But he's literally he's there because he fronted up some of the money and he created an algorithm that he already had. So the thing there is he doesn't actually do anything else to bring anything else to the table. And that's the sort of the interesting fun thing about it. So we also watched another movie from around the time, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Fucking love this film.
We also rewatched
The King's Speech.
No,
I've never seen that.
Similar time, but not quite the exact opposite. We watched The Raid, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
To see how this is
of course
this is aged.
Fucking brilliantly.
Yeah, it still fucking slaps.
Yeah, it does.
Literally slaps. It's
numerous times.
It is bonkers how nuts this movie is.
So brutal.
It's so violent. It's so very violent.
Yeah.
There's a moment in it where an extra just gets brutally thrown into something, and it's like you can tell it's not a dummy, it's an actual person, and all you can do is look at it and go, "My God, life is cheap in this movie."
Yeah,
it's like what was that Tony Yar film?
Ong Bak.
Yeah. where literally the director came out a few years afterwards and they're like, how did you manage to do all these things? It's like, well, when you compare somebody to jump off a wall, the equivalent of what they'd earn in a week, they're likely to do it. It's not big and it's not clever, but it is what it is. Was kind of like, fair enough. Do you know what? Yeah, that's bad.
Sounds good, that. I've seen that.
On back, yeah, you have.
I haven't.
You have.
I haven't.
It's one of those ones you're going to watch, but after you're going to go, oh, wait a minute, yeah, I have.
I don't do that.
Yeah, you do.
I don't, 'cause
Yeah.
I never admit it.
The raid's fucking great.
Yeah, it is.
But,
right, so I was looking at the Raid 2 on IMDb, and the guy, like, the Mad Dog guy,
yeah.
he's in Raid 2.
Yeah.
But he dies in Raid.
I plays a different character.
That makes no sense. Is he like his brother?
No, he plays
Just a completely different character.
different character, yeah.
Can we watch the Raid 2?
He's Sane Cat.
Yeah. It's fucking... There's a fucking great sequence with him in as well.
What, in the second one?
Oh, fucking hell, yeah. It's fucking...
Can we watch it this week?
Yeah, we'll watch that this week.
Yeah.
Right, moving on to our second feature review. Bookending, like I said.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not called The Samaritan. It's literally just called Samaritan. And it is directed by Julius Avery, written by Bragi F. Shute, and stars Sylvester Stallone and some other people. Somebody who might have been in. I'm gonna click on it. I don't know this, but somebody who was in Vikings.
Pilar Asbayek, who was he was the guy in Ghost in the Shell.
So you're on Greyjoy. Game of Thrones as well.
Damn it! I went Vikings rather than Thrones.
Yeah, right.
He's I fucking like that guy. We'll talk about him, but I fucking like that guy.
it.
He's got a good vibe. I would really like to go drinking.
Yeah, I bet he'd be a great pint. Or several. A young boy learns that a superhero who was thought to have gone missing after an epic battle 20 years ago may in fact still be around. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Ian, you messaged us, I think towards the end of the movie or at the end of the movie. And we are all spoilers all of the time.
It's quite a big spoiler.
So it's quite a big spoiler. So all spoilers all the time. But yes, Ian, I do think that they weren't going for a twist with this. But no, I also think that it was really obvious, and that's what I thought literally from the first minute of the film.
It is fucking brutal how obvious it is. And then just like the fucking rings that they have to run around like to hide it.
I do like the fact that literally Stallone's character keeps on just saying, look, I am not the Samaritan. I'm not Samaritan. And you know what? He's not.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's what impact does it have on the story? Oh, bad guys have shades of grey.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
So what did you think of the actual the film itself beyond that rather strange twist that wasn't really a twist?
I thought, look, yeah, I mean, hey, I thought it was all right. I thought it was fine. I mean, like if I went to the cinema and saw it, I think I probably would have been pretty lukewarm. But watching it on my fucking MacBook, like I felt kindly towards it because I wasn't really paying money other than like my Prime subscription. I thought Stallone was good, and it's like if Stallone's going to do superhero-y stuff, I know he was in Guardians Volume 2, but he's barely in it. If he's going to do that, I'm glad that he's just kind of like doing these things on his own terms, even though it does feel like it was written by someone who gets what comic books are, but has never read a comic book or watched a comic book movie. Because it's just so. There's a good guy. He's called Samaritan. There's a bad guy. He's called Nemesis. Cool. What else have you got? The city's called Granite City. And yeah, so I thought Stallone was good. I like the whole he gets really hot and then he has to have a shower and he like steams up and stuff. Otherwise, his heart's going to explode.
I did like the fact that,
and again,
the earlier you had the ice cream where the kid opens the, what is it? There's just loads of ice cream. You look at it and go, "All right, that's weird," and then it comes back and it's just that. It's like fair enough.
Yeah. But I thought it was fine. I didn't think the kid was that great, and like that his arc, just very fucking whatever. And Stallone is kind of more a supporting character through a bulk of the film, and that didn't help. It was fine. I mean, I think I prefer it to Beast because I watched it at home and didn't have to drive anywhere.
Bex, what did you think to Samaritan?
I really enjoyed it, but it probably wasn't good. It's probably about where I am with it.
Sure. Yeah.
Just the Stallone-ness of it makes it enjoyable. I don't think... You asked me at one point, didn't you? At what point did you realise? It's like, there was never a moment in my mind when I was watching it where I was like, yeah, he's the Samaritan. I was always like, well, he's clearly Nemesis. Clearly.
Yeah, otherwise it just doesn't make that much sense.
No. But yeah, there's some good fights. Stallone's character's funny. The ice cream thing's funny. Beats up Moses Arias. That's funny. Because he's a little shit. Yeah, so I really liked it, but I wouldn't sit here and defend it as an example of great movie making, I don't think. It's just great utilisation of Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, that's it. The thing is, I think it's actually a kind of mediocre movie that gets a big old pass from me because of Sylvester Stallone. And I already thought that anyway. I kind of knew that was going to happen, that it was going to be a movie that was just fairly, just at best decent, but I'd really like it because it has Sylvester Stallone in it. Or not very good, but I would go, do you know what? Yeah, it's not very good, but it's got Stallone in it. And that's it. Stallone's very good in it, and he's fun in it. And the glee that he gets when he first has to beat up those not quite kids, but you know, that sub gang is great. The fact that he seems to be really enjoying it.
That boy is nearly 30 years old.
What?
Moses Arias.
Yeah.
He looks like a little rat person.
Yeah,
he does look like a little rat boy.
He does. And the thing is, it's amusing the fact that he's quite aware of that as well. So he keeps taking roles where he has to make himself weirder looking than he already is. And yeah, he already looks a little bit like if a fucking pigeon came to life. So yeah, the kid's not very good. He's got some like Last Action Hero kind of energy going on.
No, because I think the kid in Last Action Hero's like, he kind of knows he's a bit cocky and a bit of a dick. All the way through.
Yeah, this kid, it's
that's his fucking IMDb picture.
You're focusing on this kid a little bit too much.
He looks like a fucking cartel member in that picture.
Well, yeah, but if you look like that, that's about the strongest look you can pull off, mate.
Yeah.
But
you're right.
It's just, I don't think the thing is, it's kind of on a par with something like Bullet in the Head. In that, is it good? Maybe not. Did I enjoy it? Yeah. Will I watch it again? Probably.
Yeah.
But I've watched Bullet in the Head like 3 or 4 times. If it didn't have Sylvester Stallone in it, and let's say it was Thomas Jane playing that character, would I watch it again? Probably not. No. And would I have enjoyed it as much? Probably not. No. But fuck it. I'm not going to feel bad about the fact that I really do love Sylvester Stallone, so there we go.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Thomas Jane, what's he up to these days?
Accidentally appearing in right-wing movies.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Accidentally?
Yeah, he accidentally appeared in like a really right-wing movie and didn't realise, and then was really shitty about it in all the press he did for it. When he found out. I wish there was more to say about Samaritan.
It's very, very light.
Yeah.
On
It's one of those. I'm glad it's doing. It's doing really well on Prime. Like it is. It's been a huge movie for them. Like I think it's up there, like one of the biggest releases they've ever had in terms of watching.
But I mean, Stallone's a draw, and that's the thing. I mean, like again, it's an Amazon original because it's an MGM film and they bought MGM. So Amazon were like, "Fuck it, let's just put it on Prime." And again, it kind of feels like if they just gave it a week or two theatrical run before it went on Prime, people would go and see it. It's a new Sylvester Stallone film, and it doesn't look bad.
It does. It looks good, and it was supposed to be it was supposed to be released theatrically. And like you said, with the buyout, they decided, you know what, fuck it. But if you just took that at the cinema, I'd have been fine with it. Like you said, Ian, I would have probably felt a little bit more like I would have liked a little bit more out of it, and I was, there was an element of that. But that Pilar Asbeck, I'm gonna go with that. He was fucking fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I like the fact that the first time he puts the Nemesis mask on and does his whole fucking Bane standing on a fucking car thing, there's like 8 people there. I like the fact that is an intentional thing, that there's just not that many people there. I thought was pretty fucking fun.
Yeah, it just... that the place is so run down that there's just fuck all people about. Like, just this really shit place to live.
It does. It just looks crap. Yes, I had a good enough time with it. Is it great or anything like that? No. I do think it's definitely not shit.
Yeah, it's definitely not shit for me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because I got exactly what I needed to get out of it, which was a 7 out of 10 movie. That if somebody then turned around me and went, "Oh, come on, it's a 5 or a 6 out of 10 at best," I could go, "That's fine." Stallone got an extra star and a half for me.
That's fair.
Yeah, sure.
Because it was funny, him shouting "water, water, water," and then running into and then eating ice cream. And like you say, the whole fucking story of it was brilliant.
Yeah, that kind of thinking for like why he has to drink water. Yeah, absolutely.
So the kid going, "So why is it?" He's like, "How much do you understand about thermal biodynamics?" "Nothing." "Then I'm not explaining anything else. I need to eat my ice cream." was just quite good.
Yeah, strong.
Stallone is good at acting against kids. It's fun. Yeah. Audience poll, definitely not shit, 67%. And shit 33%, which I'm kind of fine with. We answered the question we had earlier in the show. So that was all we had. Ian, what are we covering next week? Because there's some bits out, isn't there?
Yeah, so we have got... What have we got? Don't know why I said it like that. There's Fall. Quite looking forward to Fall. Yep. Got 3,000 Years of Longing.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing George Miller's new film. I just don't know whether I'm looking forward to watching 3,000 Years of Longing, which you'll see. The Forgiven, showtimes seem a little bit sporadic. And you guys can't get to Michael Flatley's Blackbird, can you?
No, it's unlikely. It's only playing, say, a showcase. So I'm going to have to wait for it to come out unfortunately, on VOD.
Yeah, I might go celebrate National Cinema Day by paying £3 to see Blackbird.
If it was playing anywhere within a half an hour, 40-minute radius of us, I think I'd go. But it's like an hour.
Where's it showing?
It's showing Showcase in Leeds, which is if it was the viewing Leeds, I could maybe get away with it. The Showcase is a twat to get to.
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel like you're not trying hard enough, but that's fine, Mark. I might go see it. The fact that you're not going to go and see it does make me feel better about the prospect of not seeing it, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm pissed off that it's not playing more places.
But 3,000 Years of Longing and Full sound doable.
Yeah.
Sweet. There we are then.
Right. A tight show there.
That was a tight show. We fucking wrapped that up, didn't we? Wow, we.
Thank you very much, Rebecca.
Thanks, Mark.
And thank you very much, Ian.
Bye.